So you want to sell your business, but are you actually ready to do so? Or is your business capable of selling for the maximum value, the maximum amount that you can take home? Well, you may be surprised to find that you're potentially missing out on a significant payout. So at Empire Flippers, we actually have conversations with sellers all the time, many of whom will take the free valuation estimate tool on our website. I'll leave a link to that below. And they'll ask us about how they can actually get the valuation higher. Now, there are a few things that we'll tell them to do in order to get their valuation multiple higher, but also hand in hand with improving your valuation is just about making it easier to sell your business at all or making it more viable. So improving your valuation multiple even by 1 point can add thousands of dollars to your business's sales price. So here's a tangible and easy to apply checklist to go through before you decide to sell. Now, the first point is understanding the true value of your business. If someone came up to you right now, offered you an amount for your business, would you actually know if that was a good deal or not? Well, understanding how people in the industry value businesses will help you accomplish 3 things. First, how to know if somebody is undervaluing your business if they provide you an offer. Especially through private deals, buyers will try to reduce their offer as much as they can, and savvy buyers will be really good at doing that. Second is how to know when you are overvaluing your business. So similarly, it's common for sellers to think that their business is worth more, and this leads to just not meeting buyers where they are about what they're willing to spend on the business and just never selling the business at all or just holding out for some number that's not going to happen. Third is knowing what levers to pull to actually increase your business valuation. So if you aren't currently valued for the amount that you want to sell for, understanding what went into that valuation will help you to understand how to improve and increase your valuation to get it closer to your exit goal. Now, besides knowing how a business is valued, I also recommend getting a third-party valuation from a broker or a professional. So don't just rely solely on an interested buyer to send an offer or to even allow that to set your baseline for how much the business could be worth. Now, number 2 to increasing your valuation is increasing your monthly profit. Now, this of course can mean increasing your revenue to increase your profit, but another way to do that is to do some house cleaning on your expenses. So for e-commerce or Amazon FBA businesses, this can look like reducing inventory costs to increase your profit margins. So you can do that by buying more inventory, changing suppliers, or even just having access to other suppliers to reduce the inventory cost from your current supplier. Just make sure that if you are going this route that you aren't hurting the quality of your product, as that can cause a drop in your star rating if you're selling through Amazon FBA, which can therefore reduce your valuation. So you don't want to be doing that. Another thing you can do to reduce your expenses is to optimize ad campaigns. So this can look like turning off underperforming ads or discontinuing unprofitable campaigns or other growth channels. And this expense housekeeping actually goes for all of your expenses. So ask yourself, are you spending on things that you don't need to? This can look like software that doesn't actually contribute to your revenue. It can look like 3PL storage costs or paying for people to run growth channels that aren't actually working out anymore. Now, on the flip side of this, don't go firing your entire team just to make it seem like you've suddenly jumped up in profit either. Buyers will ask about this if they see a spike, and if they find out that the profit increased, but now they have personally to spend 2 times more time on the business themselves just to maintain it, they might not buy the business or might require you to actually rehire somebody to fill a role prior to them actually acquiring the business. So reduce expenses, but not if it significantly hurts the operational efficiency. So that was Amazon FBA or e-commerce. So for content sites, this can look like reducing or stopping content production, assuming of course that your business can remain at the same organic ranking once you do reduce or stop content production. Now, I want you to also understand the concept of add back expenses. And these are considered expenses that might be needed in that specific month to build or grow the business, but they aren't required for ongoing operation of the business. So I've seen businesses that have spent a lot on writers, for example, to produce content up front to rank quickly, and then they stopped production once the site was at a stable organic rank without that new content. And these add back expenses can also apply to other digital product business models that maybe have significant upfront costs, but reduced ongoing operating expenses, such as KDP businesses or SaaS businesses or apps. So when working through Empire Flippers, we'll actually help you to compile your P&L and to look at what can be justified as add back expenses, but just don't completely rely on this either, because the key point here is that you will need to be able to justify this to potential buyers as add back expenses. I also want to note that when it comes to making major changes on your business like this, ideally you should be doing this at least 12 months out from selling your business to show that your business is running smoothly on a monthly basis after these changes have been made. Third is reducing time spent. So another way to increase your valuation is to show that you're able to spend 10 hours or less working on the business per week. Now, the first reason is because buyers are more interested in buying something with a degree of passivity, but the other reason is that if you're spending 10 hours or less on your business, it implies that you have the systems in place that could enable it to scale, or maybe the business is more simple to run because its complexities have been organized into a repeatable system. Of course, be honest about the time that you spend on your business, because a buyer will know quickly once they start running the business if it does actually require that 10 hours or less. And even if you don't plan to exit for now, I'd still recommend considering keeping this as part of your plan to figure out how to improve your systems to get to a point where you are spending 10 hours or less. Now, number 4 is increased predictability. So the single question buyers want to know when they're buying an online business is this business likely to bring me a return on my investment? Now, anything you can do to improve the repeatability and predictability of the business will allow buyers to forecast growth and to see a path for how the business will continue to make money in the future. So how do you do this? The first thing you can do is think of ways to improve your customer loyalty. So this can be through an email list or social platforms, really anything that indicates that you have people interested in more than just buying your product once and leaving. They're invested enough to have signed up for something that will allow them to hear from you more, whether that's through the email newsletter or through a social platform. Another way is setting up recurring revenue models. So better than someone showing that they want to hear from you more is someone demonstrating that they're willing to pay you more and consistently. Now, this can be a paid portion of a newsletter or a Patreon account or something. This can be a SaaS product or a service, or this could be something like a membership or a subscription. Now, if you're serious about selling your business for the best price, hit that subscribe button to stay updated on our latest tips and strategies. And for a personalized evaluation of your business's worth, head over to Empire Flippers. You can either use our free valuation tool, I'll leave a link to that below, or you can speak to one of our seller advisors. And if you are going through your own business journey right now and you just want to follow along with other entrepreneurs, we actually have a series going on called the Entrepreneur Ride Along, where we have 6 content site professionals showing us how they're building their business from the ground up. And I recommend, if you're interested in that, click on the recent video here. So that's all for now. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.